says, please talk about My Plus Leads, the best ways to get leads. My Plus Leads is a database that our entire community uses. If you've gone through QLS, if you are part of our associate program, we direct you to My Plus Leads. They're just an inexpensive, high-quality database. They have been for us. They provide expireds, cancel withdrawals, for sale by owners, for rent by owners, and they give you phone numbers. So just really simple, we like to keep things simple, a simple way to contact sellers.
I think tomorrow we'll have some of the high six come up, and coaches rather, and answer some of the Q&A that I noticed in here. So if you guys tomorrow can help us with that. What did I mean, what did you mean with 2 and 3-4% this morning buying houses? All I was referring to, I never talked fast, so I don't know how you guys didn't pick up on what I said this morning. What I was referring to is, as the rates keep going up in the 6s now and 7s, the properties you're buying sub 2 in the ensuing few years are likely going to have interest rates on those underlying mortgages of 2, 3, and 4%. That's cool. That's what I meant. Does that make sense? All I did is just say it a little slow.
Yeah, especially with the COVID fallout, with people that are just being affected. Everyone thought that everyone was affected by COVID already. No, it's happening now.
Just happened.
Because of all the rules and regulations that the government just put in place and finally stopped, giving money away. Those loans were created and they were in the 2 to 4 range. The sub 2 deal that we talked about that we did on owner financing, 3.5%. Great loans.
Cool.
Great loans. Why? Because we just sold the loan at 7.5%, or sold the property and created a new mortgage with a 7.5% interest rate.
The one we referred to earlier. With a lease purchase, who maintains the property, the associate or the buyer? 100% of the responsibilities when a buyer moves in the home is on the buyer. The conversation, Nick has a little checklist for you when you sit down. The conversation goes like this. Hey, Rusty, we're not your landlord. You're buying a home. The only difference between you and a conventional buy is you don't have a loan and you're not on the deed. But you're going to pay for things like you own it. You're going to capture equity, or the market may go down like you own it. Just like you bought a house. It's no different. There's just not a loan coming into play here. Nothing else. The roof leaks tomorrow, it's your deal. The toilet leaks, breaks tomorrow, it's your deal. 100% maintenance.
All right, how about we get just because I feel like they think we're on TV again. How about we get like a nod of a head if that makes sense or not? Yeah, okay. All right, thank you.
And
all right, good.
If these don't get answered, then just write another one, right? And then we'll just put clarify so we can keep going.
Yeah, they just keep writing the same question. All right, do you collect a security deposit on a sandwich? We collect a large non-refundable deposit. You can call it a security deposit if you want, but it's a large non-refundable deposit of anywhere from 3 to 10% on average. Security deposit, when I'm hearing this, tends to be normal tenant type mindset, and that's usually first month's rent. So much greater.
Well, also, the word security deposit implies what? They could get it back. They don't get it back. They're buying the house, or they're walking away. But I should have said that earlier. But default rate 2 to 5% when it's done right. 2 to 5%. It's probably better than government loans. It's not bad at all. And most educators, and they say it publicly on podcasts and YouTube, will tell you that it's inverse relationship. They have a 95% default rate. They don't care about the buyers. And as you've heard me say, morally and ethically, that's awful. We don't do that. When purchasing a property subject to taking over a mortgage, what are the various ways to finance the upfront cost to buy? Is it payday one, net of that money? Sure, could be. You could keep your payday one and you should all apply at Fund and Grow to start building business credit, regardless of whether we ever connected again or not. Please do that. I gave that advice to, we go to a doctor, Nick and I and Zach, he's more of a natural doctor, and we're helping him build his business, and I said, go apply at Fund and Grow and get yourself established with business credit, and it's not a one-time thing. You're going to do it, and you're going to set up some lines of credit, and then 6 months later or 12 months later, you're going to do it again, and you're going to build these lines up. Brian, how much do you have now in 2 rounds? 185,000 in 2 rounds of what I just said, do it again, with Fund and Grow. smartrealestatecoach.com/fund and grow.
So Chris, why would I need money if you teach me how to buy and sell real estate without cash, credit, or banks?
That was for subject 2, and it's a good question because you are gonna have transfer tax, right? If they're broke or if they're behind or, they're trying to get out of their house, you can't say no money down on that. You're gonna need to come up with closing costs, probably, even if it's $1,800. So use Fund and Grow for that, in my opinion, or cash, or Buddy, or Wicked Smart Finances, a whole bunch of ways.
I know somebody telepathically asked me that question.
It's good.
Wicked Smart does business all around the country. How do you find buyers in a various unique markets?
He's got a
Nick,
mic.
why don't you come on up?
No, he
and
doesn't
sit
want to
next
come up.
me?
He's speaking tomorrow. He has a mic, though.
I just wanted you to sit next to me.
When you advertise a property available with terms, you open yourselves up to 80% of the market who can't walk into a bank and qualify for a loan today. So finding the buyers, quote unquote, is never the issue.
Nor is the area.
Yeah,
right?
nor is the air. That's why I said it doesn't matter where you are. Once you advertise that you're offering the home on terms, buyers flock to you. There's another point of clarification. There's a few different ways we advertise the properties. So we're advertising for sale by owner and for rent by owner. And the reason is because there are a lot of people renting right now because they didn't think there was a path available to home ownership like we offer. And we find that we're able to convert a lot of those renters who were thinking they were going to buy 2 to 5 years from now into a buyer now through our rent-to-own program.
Thank you. Awesome. You guys, Nick has the buyer process absolutely mastered. Dan, do we have time for one more or no? One more. I'll keep it super simple because this one's almost a one-word answer. Look for, I think you mean should I look for different markets even if I have to move? No, if I'm understanding the question. You're going to do real estate within 50 miles of your home. There's a plethora of deals right where you are. This is not where we're trying to time markets and time cycles, and I'm not watering that down. I know some people teach that, but it's more multis and other things they do. In this niche, you won't do that.
Let me expand upon that just a little bit, and that is creative financing. You're already learning a new skill, a new system, a new process. Let's not overcomplicate it with now trying to learn a new market. Be in a place you know, like, and trust. Be able to go visit the properties. It just makes the learning process that much more quickly to happen. And then after that, sure, go do whatever market you want to do.
One more? No? Yes? I'm trying to pick a short one then.
Yes.
Sub 2 is not a short one. Okay, what are the risks associated with making a down payment on a lease purchase? Because I know I mentioned that earlier. I was giving you our preference. There's exceptions to every rule. The risks would be, contractually we have it covered, but the risk would be some delay perhaps maybe when something happens to the owner or they leave the state or they pass away. And meanwhile, you got your deposit sitting there, you don't have title. No, there's nothing to say you couldn't do that. It's just we prefer not to put money down on a sandwich. I'll tell you it's more of leverage for us than it is, am I going to lose my money?
Let's say opportunity cost is
Yeah,
the best way to look at it.
It's Steve's talking to me and he says, "Oh, I want to sell it. I don't want to do that lease thing." Or I want money. I don't want to do this with no money down. Okay, well we would do that, but we buy your home, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. It's just leverage for you. Claudia in Arizona had a woman who wanted like 10 grand to move on a lease purchase. And, well, she said she wanted 10 grand. I said, how come? Oh, I'm going to move. Oh, yeah, how much your moving cost? 5 grand. I said, Claudia, offer $1,800 for moving. She wasn't getting any money at the end anyway. And the woman left. And we were comfortable with $1,800 on a lease purchase. No big deal. And Claudia was able to do it. So no rule. Just look at every deal separately and your comfort level, where you are in the business, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Yeah.